Hello and welcome to a courtside review of the Head Prestige MPL, new for 2023. We have Auxetic 2.0 in here, which has clever layup configurations to add some flexibility but also some stability throughout the layup, mostly concentrated in the yoke of the racket. This is an interesting racket. It's very light, so it functions as a platform racket, which is popular among advanced players. And I'd actually say that the playing styles or strength of this racket lineup, the Prestige in general, favors more advanced players. That being said, the weight class of this racket is highly accessible across all levels of players. So I don't want to make it sound like the Prestige lineup is limited to advanced players only. What I mean is the sweet spot might be a little smaller, but very precise. And a racket like this will encourage good mechanics. So it could be a good racket for beginner players. Touch, feel, precision, placement, these are the strengths of the Prestige lineup, and the MPL is probably the most accessible of them and the most customizable because, again, it is so light. My racket's strung here with poly in the mains and synthetic gut in the crosses, has a swing weight of about 310, quite light. And you have pretty good access to everything. Hitting through the ball is probably the way to go with this one, but you can definitely get pretty decent spin on here. The string pattern is relatively open, but it's a little bit more of a specialist at lower launch angles. I enjoyed this racket from all areas of the court. If you can generate your own power, this racket will give you what you give it, but it also has very good touch at the net, and with it being so light, it is extremely maneuverable. Personally, if I was going to customize this racket and really make it my own, I'd probably add a decent amount of weight, probably bump up that swing weight to at least 320, maybe close to 330, which might beg the question, why not get some of the heavier models? Well, this one is unique in the sense that it does have parallel drilling across most of the cross section, and I'm a big fan of that because it does help make the sweet spot feel a little bit larger. Additionally, when you have a racket that's this light, you can customize where the weight is. Maybe you want it at the 3 and 9, or maybe you just want it at the tip or in the handle. Having that light base allows you to customize it as you want, whereas a heavier racket, you can only do so much before it's too heavy. There's a lot of room to play with weight on this racket. Also, there are things unique about this racket, such as the string pattern and the string spacing, the combination of which is kind of unique to the MPL specifically. So, interestingly too, since the Prestige lineup has these cap grommets, in other words, the head guard essentially extends all the way around the whole frame. It makes the Prestige lineup uniquely easy to customize with lead tape under the grommets. You can take these grommets off and put lead tape pretty much anywhere on the outside of the head, and the grommets with the cap system will keep them covered. So that's a nice thing to keep in consideration. Really enjoying this racket. It's totally different than my Pure Aero 98, which is my main racket, but I think I'm gonna spend a little more time with this one because it's caught my attention. So if you guys wanna see more in-depth reviews on this racket, you guys can check out my channel, Time for Tennis on YouTube. And if you guys are in the Sacramento area, please stop by Courtside Tennis. 2 locations. We have one in Gold River and one in Sacramento, Fair Oaks. Lots of tennis things to select from as well as pickleball. And if you go to courtsidetennis.com, you can get free shipping over $50. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.